Hi everyone, welcome back to another academic video. We are at my university just finishing up our semester 1 examinations, and then we'll be moving into semester 2 teaching. And I'm the module lead in semester 2 for a master's level physics course. So in this video I thought I would share the things that I'm doing with a couple of weeks to go to get ready to teach class. So if you're new, hi, I'm Caroline. I'm a UK-based physics lecturer, and as an academic, typically you are constantly juggling teaching activities and research activities. So at the moment, I'm obviously shaping out my research plan with my students for the year. I'm looking ahead at research grants and applications, and I will save all of that for a future video, because in this video I'm going to talk about the teaching side and how I'm getting ready for my class, which starts in about 3 weeks, I think now. So this is a class that I've taught before, which I think always makes things that little bit easier. You know, if it is a brand new class, I think it just takes more time to get ready. But I am going to be teaching again the same class that I've led for the last 2 years, I think, and I've also taught on for several years. But there's various things I need to do to make sure that when the students start the class in a few weeks' time, it's ready to go. So the first thing I do is I make sure that our online website, where all the module details are, is updated. And importantly, I make sure that I've got the module handbook so the students can read up on what's happening within this module. I make sure there's the timetable so they know which rooms they're meant to be in and what happens in which weeks. And I make sure that the assessment structure is up. So right from the start, students know what is going to come their way in terms of exams and reports and coursework, so they can see that right at the start of the course. Obviously then I might put some other bits up onto the module page. I'll typically load up some content relating to the course that I'm teaching, maybe some information about the laboratories and how they're going to work. But as long as the module handbook, the timetable and the assessments are up, I can then make that module page visible for the students. So, I can then activate my course pages so that students can hopefully have a little look a couple of weeks ahead of class starting to know what that module is going to be about fully. The next thing I do is I check the student enrollments. So I have a look to see how many students and which students are registered to my class. Now, the module I'm teaching next semester is an optional module for some students and a compulsory module for other students, depending on their master's degree that they've chosen to study. So I need to make sure that those who have to be studying the course are on the module page, and that I can also then see who's elected to study that particular option. Next thing I do is I make sure that the practical element of the module is finalised and ready to go. So in this particular course, we have some computational modelling work, and that uses a particular piece of computing software, and it only works on certain computers within our university. So, I've been timetabled those computing rooms for the class, so I just need to make sure and double check that the software is ready and the students are going to be able to log in and use it. And also my class has a laboratory component in it. So students are working and undertaking experiments. So again, I will check in with the laboratory lead and I'll make sure the equipment is ready to go. Is there any problems with pieces of kit? Can we access all the stuff that we need to within the lab? So I'll just do a final check that both the computing rooms and the laboratory are going to be set up and ready for the students to use. I'll then do a personal check that I've done everything I need to with the examinations and the assessments. Now, in a future video, I'm going to talk a little bit about examination marking. But one of the things that's kind of really important is that I follow the assessment and the examination process as advised by my university. And I think I've done a past video on this, but I might make another one because it's quite involved. You know, I write assessments or examinations, but they have to go through internal checks, external checks, the marking rubrics have to be checked. So, you know, usually this happens quite a long time ahead of the module starting or the students undertaking the assessments and the coursework. So again, I will just double check that all my assessments with the relevant people so that we are following the university process. Now, after checking all of that stuff, it's time for me to have a look at my actual teaching materials. I'm quite lucky, so I've taught this course, this particular module before. However, every year I like to refresh my teaching materials. So I will go back and I'll have a look at my lecture notes, my handouts, my slides, and I'll just revisit them and see if I can improve them. Sometimes you get feedback from students from the previous year's cohort. So I'll have a look at that again and see, you know, can I make any modifications that will make my teaching materials easier or more accessible for the students. And once that's all good to go, I might get my first couple of lectures, you know, printed out and ready to be delivered to the student cohort. And then after that, the module is then ready to go. Now, obviously, this is a lot easier because I'm teaching material that I'm already familiar with. It is completely different if you are teaching a lecture course for the first time. You know, I've got past experience with the course content. I know which bits the students are likely to find easy, which bits the students might find more complicated or challenging. If you're teaching something for the first time, you have to work out your timings, you have to see how quickly you're covering your course content. Students might find something tricky that you thought they were going to find straightforward, and vice versa. You might not have tested out your assessments and assignments before to see how they work and how the class responds to them. So I think when you're preparing for a brand new module or lecture course, it can be quite a different experience. So yeah, let me know. Are you about to start teaching? Will this be your first year of teaching? Are you not having to teach at all? Maybe you're a research fellow in a research position at a university. Are you excited about teaching an up-and-coming course? Or maybe you're slightly nervous and apprehensive? Let me know in the comments. In the meantime, I hope things are going well for you. I hope you're able to stay safe and you're enjoying whatever's up at your university, or if you're thinking about coming to university, I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'll be back next Monday with another academic video, but in the meantime, leave me a comment, do like or subscribe, and I will tag this video with university teaching, so then it should fall into the right playlist for anybody who's looking for teaching resources on the channel. But yeah, have an awesome week and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.